Don't you just love that Monday feeling when you know Inside the Rapper Studios coming back off of the weekend, and it's like, oh my god, I get to see another interview because I love this show so much. Me neither. Episode 56 of Inside the Rapper Studio. Today we got Humble Haku in the building. Go ahead and join my notes together, get my sounds together, and shit that I should have been doing. Can you hear me, broski?
Yeah, I can definitely hear you. What's up, Brody?
Ain't much. Everybody, please welcome to another exciting episode of Inside the Rapper Studio. Of course, I'm your host, Score Swayze, and today we have a very special guest in the building. He is Professor Finesser himself.
Wow.
Whatever you need, that man has. So everybody, please drop hearts, drop likes, drop comments with the one, the only, Humble Haku.
Yeah. That's
How's
some
it going,
flat
bro?
shit. You said what?
How's it going?
It's going pretty well, man. I'm putting some hash oil on this J I'm about to spark with you.
That sounds wonderful.
Shit's feeling good in here. Shouts out to my plug.
I would have done the same, but I feel like this week I need to sharpen up for my interviews and just like go all damn red on niggas instead of just fucking around.
I feel that.
So yeah, I had to buckle down, so to speak.
I was
So
kind of half worried I'd be getting too high, but we're going to see what happens.
it's all good. Like I always tell like the guests that these next 45 minutes, do whatever the hell you want, just as long as you answer the questions and harm anybody. I
love it.
don't have any restrictions for like any of the guests. So for every episode of Inside the Rapper Studio, there is the origin story told from the bottom of the screen from the guest perspective. So could you tell us how everything got started musically for the artist known as Humble Haku?
Yeah, shoot, I don't even know where to start. I guess, like, I was always, like, musically inclined, like, memorizing Nas verses and shit.
Right.
But, I grew up around a bunch of motherfuckers that was rapping, like, really good rappers. And, I just wanted to be support for them. So I was shooting videos and, just doing shit like that. And then one day I ran into Smacky Chan, who was like, and I spit up. I was doing like poetry and shit for a long time, but I spit a verse that I wrote to a song that like didn't end up getting used or some shit. I thought it was total ass, but I fucking spit the shit and like it's like boom, that shit tight, and it ended up we made a song and then we made a tape and then yeah, like shit just went up from.
So where does the name Humble Haku branch from?
All right, so oh man. All right, so there's a type of it's deep. I ran into this guy who had this really nice tattoo of a koi fish, right?
Mm.
And I knew that like the koi fish swims against the river and shit, against the current. But I was like, I see so many of them. I was like, maybe there's something extra to it. So I asked him about it, and he told me a story about a koi fish that swam up a waterfall, the Kohaku waterfall, and the spirit of the river made it a dragon type shit.
I think I remember this story.
Right, and that dragon is Haku from Spirited Away.
That's what it is. Wow. I never would have guessed that. That's actually
It was like a whole thing, and then I couldn't figure out like how I didn't want to just be Haku, but I didn't want to be like a little rapper. So I was like, I was struggling with that for a minute, but then I put humble right there because I need to remind myself to be humble, especially if you're in this career path, because it's so easy to lose yourself, and that's when motherfuckers get to crashing out and shit. So,
well, that one, trust me. With the origins within poetry, I guess in poetry as type of writing, do you feel as though that type of writing still carries within your music to this day?
I use a lot of literary devices that I learned through poetry and shit. I really think, hell yeah, it's probably a little more like buried now because I'm more focused on like making a feel more than like just spitting words at people. You know what I mean? because that's what I was really doing before. Was I was just like really talking my shit, like just it was intense, man. You know. So now it's chill. Like I like to kind of ease the gems in there because I know that
it's a lot that'll fly over the heads of people.
And I'd rather them stay tuned and get it than it fly over their heads and they don't want to hear it no more, you know.
Gotcha. Do you feel as though that I guess not necessarily dumbing it down, not necessarily in that manner, but do you feel as though I guess simplifying the literary devices helps you as an artist, or does it harm you?
Well, I guess for me it was more about learning how to crank than it was about not talking as much shit. And it's like now as I get further into being a musician, it's about like, all right, so I had to kind of double back to figure out how to make good music instead, because you know I know how to talk my shit now. So now let's figure out how to make good music, and now let's figure out how to blend those two and create like a real fucking artist. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's really gonna make an impact on the world. And that's what I cared about, but not too ambitious about it. Like I don't know, I just give a fuck about some shit.
I understand that, especially as like people. I'm assuming like we're pretty much in that same cloth, whereas though like we know about like English arts, we know about like literary devices, we know how to pretty much just like scan out entire like lyrics. But some niggas ain't listening for that. Most niggas is listening for some 808s and a nice little flow.
Right, and you know you got to know your feng shui too, like
absolutely.
Cause I'm not like. Honestly, like I smoke weed and drink liquor all day and talk shit about shit that's important. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't be out here trying to be Kendrick Lamar. You dig what I'm saying? Like I'm on some flyboy shit, and you know, at a certain point, it's about acceptance and it's about like this is really how I live my everyday. So that's what motherfuckers need to hear. You know what I'm saying? And the rest will flow. You dig what I'm saying?
I can definitely respect that. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about was the past project that you dropped this year, actually, is Lucky Number 7.
That's my baby right there.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the second project that you dropped this year, correct?
Lucky Number 7 was the first, and Off the Humble was the second.
Gotcha. So tell us what it took to pretty much conceptualize this project, Lucky Number 7.
Shit. Well, Lucky Number 7 being my first project, so all right, so I stayed with this artist named YTK for a little bit, right?
Fuck love. I love titles.
Yeah, YTK's the homie, man. I lived with him for a little bit a couple years ago when I was just starting this out. You know, I was probably like 5 months deep, 6 months deep.
Right.
And I was just trying to make music every day because that's my thing. I like to make music every single day, tap in every single day. And what ended up happening was, like, I asked YTK, who had put out a couple projects before. I said, when do you think is like a good time to do that? And he was like, man, just do it right now. And so
I can agree.
Right. So for the next like year, I just had this like idea of wanting a project, and I just made endless songs every day, and I probably put together like 2 or 3 projects that I ended up scrapping, and
wow.
then I made a bunch of songs one day, and it turned out to be Lucky Number 7, or not one day, but like I made a bunch of songs, and I looked back at maybe like a month or 2 month span, and I was like, yeah, put these together. That's it. That's the one right there.
So the one song that I want to talk to you about from this project is called 10 Toes Part 3, featuring the aforementioned Smacky Chan. Tell us how you guys made this song.
Oh man. Well, shit. I got a Sparkeen beat, and I was happy as shit. And then, like, I was just sitting there, just like, I was in my room alone, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, just here. Well, how the fuck did that shit happen? I don't even remember how that shit happened. I think I got high as shit and drunk as fuck and just started talking shit. And then I was like, damn, man, these niggas fake as a motherfucker, man. And I had already had a couple tentos, so like there's certain flows in there that are kind of like an insider. And once I get the right beat and I know that it can get in there, I can throw that tentos flow in there, man. I gotta do it.
Is this your first song with Smacky?
Hell no. Hell no.
What is your first song with Smacky?
Oh, was it 1017 or Fake Friends? Smacky right here, by the way.
Oh, Smacky's in the building, everybody. Welcome, Smacky. I wish I knew that.
The good man Smacky Chan, he always around. We always around each other somehow. But nah, I think the first song we made was Fake Friends. Yeah, it was Fake Friends. Yeah. So the first song we made was Fake Friends, probably like 2016. Yeah, probably was. Yeah, it was 2016. And because when I met him, he just had a bunch of fucking hooks. Just like mad hooks, like ridiculous number of hooks. And he just like was playing beats and it was just like hook, 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 hook. And then he said one that was like it was how the fuck did that junk go, bruh? It was fake friends showing fake love. Damn, I'm tired of these fake friends showing fake love. I'm tired. And like the shit he was saying, just like it was automatically the shit I'd be talking about anyway. So I was like, yeah, that's the one, bro.
Gotcha.
That's the one.
So the song that was just playing for folks that's just walking in was 10 Toes Part 3. Shit, I put 2 up. I'm an idiot. Featuring Smacky Chan by our wonderful guest of episode 56 of Inside the Rapper Studio, Humble Haku. I'm going to give shout outs to everybody that's in the building right now. Huge shouts out to Taser. Shouts out to LB. Shouts out to Musical Limo. Doing big things in the building. Shouts out to you, Kiko Williams. Shouts out to
Kiko.
Who else we got in here? We got Tiptionary. We got They Crave Loyalty. Nice little soiree going on. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about interview was actually working with the guy that's next to you, Smacky Chan. Could you give us your perspective on the relationship you guys have?
That's big bro, man. You know, that's big bro, man. I met him at a time when I was trying to get my goddamn life together. And you know, he's just somebody that inspires me. He get me to stay on my shit. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And I feel like we do that for each other in different ways. And you know, honestly, I would say I probably wouldn't even be rapping if I never met this motherfucker. Real shit.
That's deep.
Like, I don't know. I'm just grateful to have somebody in my life that want to see me doing good and like, you know what I'm saying, is also on some rap shit. So they understand we can go through this shit together and, you know, see what happens.
Got you. Do you feel as though relationships like that are very necessary within rap? Because it seems to be like a lot of ego that comes into play and people don't really give enough credit to another's people.
I think it's definitely necessary. But I think it's also very rare. And that's the thing that Global Gleam really was like, the idea that it was built around was that like this is very important, that this relationship is established and that it continues, and also that we just play the roles that people didn't play for us as we come up. You dig what I'm saying? So when you self-made, it's important to look back and be like, all right, bet, like I did this, but let me go bless, because niggas don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just leave and that's it. You think what I'm saying? So
I guess the spirit of each one reach one is kind of like lost in hip hop. Would you agree?
I wouldn't say it's lost. I mean, I would say most of the I would say a lot of the people that get up, I would say that's that X factor. That's the X factor.
Got you.
You want to still try?
So The next project that I actually wanted to talk to you about is something that you dropped after Lucky Number 7, which is off the Humble.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I really got to talk about the cover. Who did the
Reem Unknown.
Had a feeling.
Man, that's my bro.
So, how did you come up with the concept of Off the Humble?
I had, like I said, I make music every day. So I was just making a bunch of shit, and then I knew I wanted to drop like a project, like a EP, because I didn't want to touch the album section again until it's like something that feels like Lucky Number 7 felt. And I had put like a playlist together, maybe 3 songs. Like it was the one with Yayla, the one with Maine, and Double Down. And then like I couldn't think of a name because I can never think of a fucking name for some odd reason. And then one pops up because somebody crazy like Smacky Chin will come in and be like, oh, you know them songs you was just talking about? You should call that shit Off the Humble. Cause get it, you humble Haku and shit. I'm like, all right, bet that just sounds right. But yeah, nah, and I'm in. I think I'm gonna end up turning that into a series because I think it's nice to have those projects where you don't have to be like crazy ambitious about it, and you can really just put out shit that you feel and not have to like overthink the shit. You know, I'm big on relieving pressure for myself when it comes to this music shit or when it comes to shit in general.
It's funny that you say that because, like, in a time during like quarantine, things like that, we pretty much are in a space where as though it's expected for us to like kind of like slow down, kind of like rethink the process and like do all that. Do you feel as though it's the opposite for you?
Yeah, nah, I don't slow down. I don't slow down. We just keep it moving. Like I believe in finding balance, and what that really means for me is that I know where I need to like I know where my resting is not resting. It's like my resting is still moving. So
Ocean.
right. So even at my lows, I'm like a shark. Look, I never start moving. Even at my lows, I'm still trying to make music every day. Like even, you know what I'm saying? So I'm still trying to do some shit every day. I'm still trying to make money every day. I still got to smoke weed every day because I love weed so much. So niggas got to get out there and do something. But nah, we don't slow down over here. I don't even know what that means.
I really wish I had that Nate Dogg smoke weed every day. Anytime weed is referenced in this show.
You heard him just say Nate Dogg, right?
I really got to step up my soundboard game, man, because I just got the applause and the gunshots and some gangster shit like.
I'm glad you said Nate Dogg, gangster. That shit means something to me, bruh.
Yo, how do you not mention Nate Dogg in any reference towards like hip hop, especially hook hip hop?
I fuck with you, bruh.
Why? Of course, like
I fuck with you, bruh. Nate, one of my favorite artists, bruh. Real live.
I don't even want to like derail this whole review because I'm definitely about to play till next episode of Explosive. But I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it going. First song I wanted to talk to you about from Off the Humble is the intro, and I'm not gonna lie. First time I listened to this project would be today, but when I was doing a commercial for it earlier today, the bump that this song has, I really have to admire it. So tell us how you even made this song.
Man, that beat was just special, man. That beat was infectious as fuck. And when I heard that motherfucker, I kept doing like this. Ketchup. It was ketchup. Ketchup was the words that I got. Said I got these niggas mad at me because I got them playing ketchup. And I was like, huh. And I don't know how the fuck I got Professor Finesser, but I think I was just rhyming shit together. My Instagram used to be Young Finesse. So like Finesse was my whole thing. I had my first photography company was called Finesse Flicks. And it was like 2 F's, kind of like the Fendi logos, some flash shit. I don't know, bruh. Full-time Finesser, like, you know what I'm saying? All that shit.
Do you feel as though you can brand off Professor Finesser? Because I feel like this is a whole thing you can ride off right now.
I think it's possible. I
Like,
think it's possible.
pretty much a what's it called? Like an evil scientist, like Professor Finesser.
That's vicious. It's funny because this don't be fucking pressure. This don't is striking, pimp. God damn.
Big shouts out to the Gandhi.
Right. Shouts out to my plug. I can't say too much. But nah, it's so funny, and I gotta pay homage to my man Joe Jack. Because and it's so funny because I knew this guy for a long time. You gonna get inside. I knew this guy for a long time, right? I knew he was making music. He knew I was making music, but we never ended up linking, right?
Right.
One day, we're in the same major at my school. We both do film. So one day we ended up in the same crib, like smoking or some shit, and I had just made that song. And so I played it for him, and he was looking at me like I was a wild nigga, like what's up with you? Like, why you, what? And I found out that day that he has an entire tape called Professor Finesser.
Wow.
So it's like, it's a whole thing, but we ended up making, like, you know what I'm saying? We had plans to make a second, we had plans to make a second Professor Finesser, both of us on it, and do that whole thing. So it's fly, it's some fly shit going on, but I just had to pay homage right quick because that shit was fucking hilarious.
Absolutely. I ain't gonna lie, yo. Like, I really got, like, I heard it and I'm like, yo, I need a video, I need a visual, I need content, I need scientists, I need all that shit.
I need scientists. It's going down, pimp. It's going down.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, that's a great way to start off the project. Great way to even start off an interview like this. Huge shouts out to you, and thank you for joining me today and answering these tough ass questions. I'm gonna give a few shout outs to everybody else that just walked in. Shouts out to OG Ant. Shouts out to K7. Who else we got in here? Wafazo. Who else? OK Maine. Shout out OK Maine.
Okay, man. Okay, man.
UPT Oscar. So,
hey, I gotta say one thing. I gotta say, hey, Mob. What's up, Mob? You hear me? OG Ant and motherfucking Pressure Squad, Retro Mob. Them niggas, I gotta give a big shout out to them. Them niggas tight, bro.
I ain't gonna hold you. I thought you said mom. I'm like, yo, your mom's in here?
Mom? Nah.
I'm like,
but OG Ant and Tro Almighty are on Ski Mask. Ski Mask season.
Ski Mask season? Is this on Off the Humble?
Mm-hmm. That's the first track on there. It's at the bottom. Nah, it's not at Off the Humble. It's on the page though.
Gotcha. I was really about to go straight into it and just like cut this entire like process off of like what I was doing for the interview, but I got way too excited. But the next song that is on here is Don't Trip, and it does feature OK Maine. So
okay, Mike.
You can go talk to us about that song and how you made that one.
Yo.
Yeah, bitch.
That song was funny as shit because I had invited Maine over, smoke some weed and make a song. It was some real like spur of the moment shit, right? I think he was in a rush because he had to go take his girl to wash clothes or some shit like that. So we sitting in here, and we couldn't think of shit, bro. Like we was looking for beats like shit, and then like right when this man is like, yeah, I'm probably about to have to dip in a little bit, I came across that beat. I was just like, that joke just came to me. That hood, don't trip, rolling out the zip. Man, I said, run that shit. I don't know, bro. It's all about vibe for me, man. Like, these songs just come to me when the energy right. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to ask about the process in terms of writing, because it just seems like all off energy and just all off of, like, however you're feeling just right then and there. Is that kind of, like, accurate?
Yeah, I mean, I have a little bit of a technique that I use that's kind of on some, like, it's on some chill shit, like, so the whole idea is to relieve pressure from myself, right? So I used to put a lot of pressure on myself to always be making bangers. Like, I want to make the best possible song that I can ever make every single time, right? And that's fly. But if I'm in the studio every day, I'm gonna have a banger a week. You dig what I'm saying? Even if I make a bunch of shit that I end up scrapping, whatever the fuck, we up. So what I do is I analyze my energy, right? When I'm in the studio, like, and I have a kind of like a system in my head. When I'm like feeling really amped, like fucking through the like jumping off the walls type shit, that's red for me, right?
Right.
When I'm feeling really down, that's blue for me, right? And then the middle is yellow. So when I'm feeling that vibe, like say I like start a song and I didn't finish it, I still know what vibe that is. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if I don't have a song to work on that's in the vibe that I'm feeling right there, I'm just gonna make a new one because I'm still on the spectrum regardless. You dig what I'm saying? So, but if I am in that vibe, I'm gonna go and work on that jump. And so I just like to get into it every day in that way, so that it's just I don't gotta beat myself up or nothing. Like I got ridiculous amounts of songs I could release at any point in time. Sweet.
Got it. I can really appreciate the technicality of like a writer because I guess in these times, whereas though everything's kind of like freestyle, everything just kind of like thrown out there into the wind and hoping the end up.
Yeah.
Whereas in terms of like having that technicality of like knowing how your energy is, knowing where to match that energy, and just like kind of knowing how to take in and give out and that type of stuff.
Yeah. And being conscious of what you're taking in and what you're giving out. Exactly.
Absolutely. So the next song I wanted to talk to you, actually not the next song, but the next thing I wanted to talk to you about was Global Gleam. Could you tell the audience what Global Gleam is and how do you represent it?
It's a family. Uh, you know, for a while it was a lot of different things, but what I think it's turning into is just a family. You know, the people that we have these connections with. You know what I'm saying? That we want to see up, that want to see us up. They all Global Gleam. You dig what I'm saying? But we just try and make something real that we can build off of. Like Global Gleam is like a foundation to build a fucking mansion on, or an estate, a motherfucking castle. You dig what I'm saying? And yeah, just it's all about self-sufficiency and in-housing resources and making sure that everybody that's in our close vicinity has what they need to prosper. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's about.
So it's more so not just like musicians, but creatives in general, like videographers, photographers, producers, and things like that.
Well, the funny thing about it is, Smacky and I are like being in college and going, just having all these ideas of what we could possibly do with our life and shit. Hey, Gleam, that's big. That's gang right there. No, but having all these ideas of what we could do with our lives and just being like well-rounded, multifaceted human beings. It's like I was shooting videos, which means I'm thinking about marketing and branding and promotion and all this shit. So we're watching YouTube videos on that. Smacky went to fucking audio school and shit. So this guy, he knows a whole bunch of shit, a whole bunch of DJing. He was finessing the beats and making sure the jump crank and help figure it out how to mix and all this shit. And then the other guy who's really my boy Abnormal, who's really like, because we, I don't really know how to describe like how everybody fits in, but it's the three of us are really running it. You dig what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And my other boy got the graphic design and the motherfucking like he just swift with a whole bunch of shit that we need on that side of things. So together it all just worked out to form this like just in-house fucking like super powered fucking team of savageness. Like it's just awesome. So we just trying to
Got you. So, do you feel as though the benefits of having a collective such as Global Glean, where a lot of people kind of just like outsource a lot, do you feel as though having all those tools and resources within pretty much your vicinity, do you feel as though it's harmful or helpful at times?
I would say it's a gift and a curse. It's ups and downs, just like outsourcing, because you gotta actually give a fuck about the person that you're working with, you know. And and I'm not saying I don't give a fuck about people that I outsource to, but like these are my brothers, you know what I'm saying? And I care about them making their art. So at the same time, we're all rappers and we all have our own careers to think about and we all have our own lives to think about and, paying the rent and shit. So, it comes down to you don't want to overwhelm the bro trying to get your shit done, but you also got to make sure that you're in-housing so that the brand can move forward. So it has ups and downs, but I think it's worth it though, you know.
I would definitely say working within a collective or group, it has its ups and downs, but being as though this is legitimately a team sport, being not just being a musician, but being a rapper in general
Yeah.
is a team sport. You
Yeah.
don't just have like the rapper, you have the producer, you have the manager, you have the DJ, you have the graphic designer, you have the videographer. Like it's so many jobs for so many people to do. It's legitimately just like football where you have
Yeah.
11 like positions and
Yeah.
that's just on offense. You know what
And
I
you
mean?
gotta know the fucking play, and you gotta play your role. And and that shit is hard, man. That shit is hard when you care. So yeah, but it's definitely worth it. And I think having a nice team behind you, and being in lockstep with the team that you have behind you is so fucking important. If you're not moving together, or at least like you know what I'm saying, like just on the same page with shit, it's just everything's just not gonna work.
Clear cut communication.
Right. Or just, whatever type of communication y'all gotta get into, man, because some people just, like it is what it is. So just being on the same page in general, like knowing everybody feng shui, and just not fucking that shit up.
I kind of wanted to elaborate more on working with people because you have several collaborations, you have several features on Off the Humble. Could you tell us how it is working with Humble Haku as a artist that features on your song?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I only make music with people that like I really feel the vibe with. Um, so rarely is there a situation where like really I'm only around people that I feel a certain vibe with. So rarely is there a situation where it's like ever a bad thing going on in the stew. Like I don't think I've really had a lot of those situations. Um, so it's usually just some really fly shit. Like, we gonna pull up. I'm always rolling up, hoping they got their own weed so that they can be lit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna probably have some Bombay or some Prosecco or some type of thought juice, and we gonna be turned the fuck up, and we just gonna keep going till we got something we in love with. You dig what I'm saying? And that's what it's about.
Would you say it's more so like recording a party?
It's always a party. It's always a party. It's always a party. But it's like the type of party where it's like everybody knows that we try and get some shit done. So shut the fuck up while we record or get the fuck out. You think what I'm saying?
I can definitely respect that one because I ain't gonna like. I love the whole group thing with like when it's a studio session, like. And I think I got a couple of engineers that said like when it comes to my studio sessions, they seem like it's fun, but once you walk in, you can tell that I'm working while I'm laughing and geeking and yelling and shit like that. But it's all recorded. It's all like songs being laid out.
Yep.
It feels as though like having that kind of balance between the work and between the fun makes for great sessions.
Definitely, definitely. And you got to work with people who are, you know, competent, you know, and well, you got to look for character and competence and make sure that they're on their fucking shit first and foremost. You dig what I'm saying? And that we not linking with nobody who not already doing something. So when you come in the stew, you know you in the stew with Haku, and you know that I make music every day because I scream that shit from the fucking mountaintops. So you know not to come in here on some bullshit. Get the drink, nigga. Get in your zone. We about to play beats till we got some shit. You know what I'm saying? We about to turn up.
Absolutely. I love it, man. The next song I wanted to talk to you about is a feature, and it's featuring Yela Zaji, a former guest on the show. Could you tell us how you made this song and how you linked up with Yela?
Shit, I've known Yayla for a minute because we both used to work at Van. Well, I work at Van still, but we both used to work there. So that was a whole thing. And then we didn't link up for a while, but then once we did a couple shows together on some like just random shit, ended up having the same bookings and shit. We're like, yeah, we got to make some shit, gangster. And our birthdays are like a couple days apart, so that's also a whole thing. So like the Cancer energy is got to go. My birthday July 16th, so you know we up. It's Cancer season, but
Cancer season.
but yeah, nah, we sat in the crib and listened to like it had to be like 10, 15 beats. And then we just landed on this one, and we had two more, and we were just like, just going dumb on them jumps. We were like, all right, we about to make all three of them, but we ended up only making that one. And we were like, yeah, this shit is fire. But we sat there and did that shit right there. Like, I'm pretty sure we both were like halfway freestyling.
I'm trying to like, have you performed this? Because I can imagine this performed. Like, I know this is so dumb.
No, I haven't performed this yet, actually. Cause if I'm recalling, I released it right before Auntie Rona came and wrecked our shit.
Yeah.
Man, I want to perform that jump though. I missed the stage, man.
I don't want to talk about how much I miss the stage, dog. That's the whole reason why this goddamn show exists.
Real shit though, bruh. No, real shit though, bruh. And I'm thankful for you doing this because I know artists are going crazy right now, bro. Cause like niggas, I was getting booking. And I was really enjoying that shit. And then like it's just like
done.
Like the rapper in real life right now is not really a thing outside of yourself and the people that's in your vicinity. You dig what I'm saying? Like the stepping outside and getting on that stage and going and, you know, meeting all these people and talking to the party promoters and all of that type of shit that the real shit, you know?
Yeah.
That's like, that's on pause right now. So
that's not no, honestly.
Yeah.
Unless you really about to like go on like the digital side of it, whereas though niggas like follow you up to like some shit, do the hey bro, I fuck with the vision, let's build shit. And that's kind of like the only way you can kind of do it right now. Whereas though like it doesn't kind of seem genuine. There's not like an indirect and like face-to-face conversation unless it's shit like this, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like I feel as though like the best thing I could do in terms of like going outside of that, outside of Swayze TV Live, is at least giving people the opportunity to, you know, humanize themselves on like their telephone instead of shucking and jiving on their like fucking like cell phone. Because like we don't stay 5 o'clock in the morning to perform in front of a fucking iPhone. We stay up 5 o'clock in the fucking morning to perform on the goddamn stage for people that's been waiting to see us.
Hell yeah, bro.
So I can't even do that. I can't even give people that type of like, you know what I'm saying, satisfaction to performing off a phone. I'd much rather give an interview. I'd much rather give a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
I would much rather give a conversation, but I'll tell you this though, them Only Vibes performances, them motherfuckers are crazy. I would love to do one of those. That would be some
yeah.
gangsta ass shit.
Now
That's the one. That's the one joint I've seen that I was like, oh, all right, man, this sounds tight. Yeah.
I start doing like the whole checklist thing, whereas I start figuring out, what show do I want to perform at? But I honestly do have my checklist. As soon as this shit is done, I'm getting all this shit done out the way.
Yeah. See, it really sucks because we were really getting into the like event planning like energy.
Right.
And we had planned we had planned the motherfucking we had planned the fucking show, man. We were about to shut shit down, bro.
It's
You
all
know, humbly and shit.
this shit about to be over as soon as you know it. It's. I mean, granted, second wave gonna hit niggas in the ass, but when that's over, then we be good. So huge shout out to our wonderful guest of episode 56 of Inside the Rapper Studio, Humble Haku. Humble, do you have any last words, any last promotions, any last propaganda for the people?
I'm about to drop a new EP off the Humble Volume 2. It's about to go fucking nuts. Make sure y'all motherfuckers do what the fuck y'all need to do to get up in this motherfucking game and take this shit serious and run that shit every day and put your heart into it if you really bout it, because we don't need no fake motherfuckers in this shit no more. We need niggas who really want this shit.
Of course it messes up at the end. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Oh, man.
And, yeah, so, Humble Haku. Tell your bitch stop calling because I'm busy.
I can even agree with that.
Oh, and also, should I hit him? You gotta hit him with the. Who's swinging the night? That's that jump, really. Baby girl, you can hit my DM. You know what it is now. If you're swinging the neck, I'm game. Maybe, possibly, more than likely.
It's Rona season. We doing anything. Fuck it.
Oh, right. All right, no. After Rona season's over, I will be accepting applications.
That's responsible. I can applaud that. Coming up next on Inside the Rapper Studio tomorrow, we are going to have photographer extraordinaire Cam Taylor in the building, talking about pretty much the importance of photography within hip hop, also his brand Views by Cam, and not only that, working within the quarantine within the scene. Huge shouts out to everybody that came through, whether it's 1 second, 1 minute, or the entire episode. Huge shouts out to IG for not messing up until the end. I really appreciate it, IG. You had to fuck up somewhere along the line, but I'm glad it was the end. So for the giveaways for these hats right here, I don't know if anybody's hip to the game, but I am giving away these hats every week, once for a week. Last week we had our winner, Tiff Shinari. Shouts out to her. Congratulations to her. Also, this week we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have Brock on. Sorry, that's the giveaway word. The giveaway word for today, Monday, is Brock, BROCK. So, from our host, Score Swayze, and our guest that left us prematurely, Humble Haku, I'd like to say thank you to everybody. And as always, wash your hands and stay in the house.